What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to ask the question, is the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S really the holy grail of tires? Now, we've tested it in a long road trip from New York to Florida. I've tested it multiple times on really heavy Florida rains. And if you know anything about Florida rains, man, it gets heavy rains in Florida. We've tested it as a daily driver, just doing mundane things when you want to be as comfortable as possible. And obviously we've tested it at the track multiple times. So in these scenarios, is this tire really the best tire you can get for your car? Whether that be a Porsche, a Civic Type R, a BMW, whatever the case may be, do these tires really kind of hold up the standard for all other tires? So in this video, we're going to compare this tire to my other favorite tires in this class and category. My name is Elias. You're watching the Flying Gato YouTube channel. So what is the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tire? It's a primarily summer tire that a lot of people go to. It's kind of the enthusiast car guy's tire to go to if you're trying to splurge a little bit on tires. These are definitely not the cheapest tires on the market by any means. There's a lot cheaper tires you can get by size. And there are also tires that are more specific to their purpose that could also be cheaper, right? So if you are looking for a winter tire, these are not it. I would not recommend using these tires in less than 45-degree weather. Less than 45-degree weather, these tires are very slippery, and in some vehicles that these come equipped on, even saying in the manual, if you drive on these tires under 45 degrees, your tires may crack. Now, I've never seen it happen, and I have done that in the past with my Corvettes, the Z51 Corvette I used to have. But nonetheless, there it is. So if you're looking for a winter tire, this video is not for you. Click somewhere else. The Pilot Sport 4S is primarily a all-season summer tire. And by that I mean it's really good in the rain, it's really good when the pavement's dry, it's decent, pretty much everything it does. Now, the trick and beauty to this tire is that it pretty much does everything fairly well. Here we are, we're driving on a 2-lane highway and we're doing 70 miles an hour, and it's very comfortable. It's not very noisy, it's kind of spongy, kind of takes away from the road noise, and it adds, I would say, almost luxury to a sportier hatchback like the Civic Type R that I'm currently in. And for that reason, a lot of manufacturers like to put these on luxury cars, and you can't blame them. Again, going back to the Corvette, when you get a Corvette with the Z51 pack and magnetic ride with these tires, it feels like you're riding in a Cadillac, effectively. It's just a really comfortable ride. And you wouldn't be able to get that from, let's say, a Continental RE71R tire. That's a 200 treadwear, effectively autocross / track day tire. Very stiff sidewalls. And so this is kind of an overall summer tire for sportier vehicles / anything you want to feel a little, grip in the summer especially. So how does this compare to its competition? Well, let's talk about first how it does on the road. As I said, we're currently on a 2-lane highway, very comfortable, not bad at all. I've done long miles in the rain, very heavy rain, and these are very wide tires. So on the Civic Type R, these are 265 width tires, very wide tires. And when you get wide tires plus a ton of Florida rain, it's usually a recipe for tons of hydroplaning. But I was impressed with these tires. The hydroplaning really wasn't bad. It was very manageable as long as I kept it, at reasonable speeds. And by reasonable, I mean still about 10 over the posted speed limit on the highway, which is about 70. So I do about 80, 85 miles an hour, even in the rain. Never once did I have a situation where I felt like, oh, I'm hydroplaning. not even one time, not even on these Florida downpours. These are really good tires in the rain, and only if you're trying to go too fast in the rain does it let you down. How does it do, of course, on the track? Well, if you're starting out, if you're kind of a novice at the track and you're just getting into the sports, then these are perfect. The sidewalls being a little bit soft actually add to your ability to not screw up too badly. It's more forgiving than a more hardcore track-focused tire. And for that reason, I think it's a great tire for most people that are kind of occasional track duty guys, or maybe it's the first time you've done it or the first 10 times you've done it. This tire is great. I do recommend it to all of you guys. If it's your first track day, if it's your 10th track day, or if it's just kind of your casual track day type of car / tire, this is a perfect tire for you. Where it lets you down on the track is going back to that soft sidewall. It's great on the streets where it reduces the road noise and reduces the vibrations and bumps. But on the track, once you start pushing it past its limits, it gets very squishy, I would say. And the feeling is really, imagine the tire really kind of scrubbing away and moving as you turn, right? So as you're turning in a really sharp turn or a really hard turn, as you're turning, the tire is kind of giving way and getting back and giving way and getting back. So you feel like you feel like you maybe stepped on a rubber band or something, and it's kind of like, just slipping away a little bit, but then it catches itself. And again, that's only when you're literally doing a slip angle, right? You're slipping through the turn and you're 10/10ths on the track. That's the only time you're going to really notice that. For most people that are not as experienced, you're not going to notice that, but I was just at the track at the firm, and I'll tell you, it's exactly that feeling of kind of squishiness. And then finally, in the last scenario, well, I guess we have two scenarios to talk about. Long road trips. Going back to that sidewall. On long road trips, you're gonna thank your lucky stars you have these tires. And I think that's where Michelin shines the most. Michelin as a brand does really well at making tires for the highway, for US highways. They are softer sidewalls, but not too soft. They reduce the noise and vibration. They're great on traction. They have great wet rain capabilities. They're really good overall on long highway trips. And my trip from New York to Florida was completely uneventful when it came to the tires. I had no issues at all. I didn't even think about them. And they made my ride a lot better. My ride was improved because of these tires. And that's really kind of what these tires shine at. They're really good overall tires for a casual track day guy that uses his car or her car as a daily driver and takes it to the track every once in a while. It's a wonderful tire for that. And so the last thing I'll say is daily driver duties, when you don't really care about it or you don't want to think about the tires. Thankfully, if you get enough sidewall, like on this Type R, it has 19-inch wheels. It's a very low profile tire still, but it's enough sidewall to not really worry about that much. I've hit bumps, I've hit potholes. I've never once worried about my wheels getting cracked or my tires getting punctured or something like that. I just know I have quality tires under me that are taking care of me and my car. And that's the thing about Michelin. You're gonna pay a little more, but you're gonna get a better tire. And so now let's compare them to my other favorite tires, my Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. The Firehawks have a stiffer sidewall and have actually less grip than these tires do. There's a little bit less grip on the track than these tires do. But you get what you pay for. Those tires are a lot cheaper. I mean, like 20 to 30% cheaper than these tires. So those are my go-to, tires for where I live, because I effectively don't have a winter here. So those are more summer tires, and I don't really mind too much road noise, to be honest with you. I have other vehicles that I take for longer road trips, and so I don't have to worry too much about the highway noise. So when these tires are spent, I'm probably gonna go to a Firehawk Indy 500s, or maybe an RE71R, or maybe the Continentals, the new Continental endurance tire that's 200 tread wear as well. I may go to that, the Contact Sport tire. And so I'm not decided yet. The reason I'm not gonna buy these Michelins again is because I'm not really going to be using this car for too many road trips. If this is my only car, if this is my daily driver car that I take to the track occasionally, like maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks, then yeah, I would stick to these Michelins. But since I'm not, there's no real reason for me to spend that much money on a tire that I'm just gonna spend at the track. It doesn't make any sense for that. So the Firestones are a great competitor. The Continental the Continental, not the REs, the Continental Contact Sport tires are really good. They're gonna be way less comfortable and way more noisy, by the way, than these tires are. So just keep that in mind. The new Bridgestone RE71RS tires, those are really sticky and are gonna be a lot faster than these are at the track, but do not drive those in the rain, you will regret it. And that's kind of how it goes. You can dial up the track purpose of a tire. When you dial that up, you're gonna dial down the rain capabilities. You're gonna dial down the abilities of reducing road noise. You're gonna dial down the comforts, and so you gotta pick and choose. The fact of the matter is, these tires really are the holy grail of tires. They're comfortable, they're great on the track, they're great in the rain, they're great in all weather, they're great right up until 45 degrees and under Fahrenheit. And so they just do it all. They're really good all-purpose sports car tires. And I applaud Honda for putting them on this car. I applaud Chevy for putting them on the C8 Z51 cars. They also put them on the C8 Z06 non-Z07 package tires. So they're just a great overall sports car tire. And yeah, they are the holy grail of tires. So again, there are other tires out there, and you're going to be playing with, it's better at the track, or it's faster, or it's cheaper, or whatever the case may be. But this has it all. All right, guys, I think that covers these tires pretty well. If you have any questions, put them down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.